Good to know. Thanks, Chad. After beating back criticism for nearly 2 months, Governor Andrew Cuomo is finally set to discuss a burning issue: how long state agencies hold on to emails. Today, the governor set a meeting date with state leaders to discuss a new policy. Right now, servers erase messages after 90 days, and that's a standing policy. Critics argue that's too soon, and they say that harms transparency and government accountability. Here to weigh in on the issue, our political analyst, New York Post political columnist Fred Dicker. Fred, it looks like this meeting may take place sometime next month. May 22nd, I think, is the date. What's your take on all this?
Well, it's the governor trying to cover for a very embarrassing situation. Not only is it ridiculous, I think the public would agree that we're destroying emails after 90 days that could have important government information in a state that's supposed to pride itself on preserving records and having open meetings and freedom of information laws. He does it at a time when Hillary Clinton gets into a national scandal further involving emails, further embarrassing the governor. Now, he put out this letter today, Cody, because he knew news organizations were reporting that he had done nothing about his promise a couple of months ago to do something. And he's saying, well, I'm calling a meeting of all the top officials in the state to have a uniform policy. Get this, a few minutes ago, the spokesman for Assembly Speaker Carl Hastie, the second most powerful Democrat in the state, put out this statement: there is no need for a summit, since we, meaning the Assembly, already preserve emails, and the governor is free to modify his policy. I mean, talk about sticking it to the governor. I'm not sure this meeting is going to take place. It seems to me he's in a hole, the governor, and he's digging himself deeper.
Interesting. You know, Cuomo's people have argued when we brought this up originally last month that the rule has been in place since 2007, enacted by Governor Spitzer's administration. Why do you think it's taken this long to garner criticism?
Well, it's garnered criticism because a lot of people didn't know about it, and it came to the fore because of a lawsuit that involved a controversial food vendor up at the Saratoga race course, the Naira track. So I think it's because the public didn't know it. This was done on the sly, very quietly, and we should note that the Attorney General, Eric Schneiderman, also sticking it to the governor, about a month ago announced that he was reversing that policy and was no longer destroying these records. So the governor's sort of out there by himself with some key Democrats apparently refusing to even go along with him.
All right, so I guess we'll wait and see again. Fred, have a great weekend.
You too.
Don't forget, you can hear Fred's radio program live from the state capitol every weekday morning from 10 to 11 on Talk 1300 AM. New safety requirements are coming down the line for trains carrying oil. We'll tell you the new measures that were unveiled today by U.S. and Canadian officials and are designed to reduce the risk of dangerous and fiery crashes. There we go. Hi. New rules require tankers to have an outer shell within the next 5 years. They must also have thermal lining and thicker steel walls to prevent rupturing. Most will also be required to have electronically controlled brakes by 2021. Phase-outs of older tanker cars are expected for thousands of cars within the next 3 years.